Okay, it is 6 PM on Tuesday, May 5th. I will call the meeting of the Town of Grand Chute Plan Commission to order. May I have roll call?
Chair Brad Gehring,
Here.
Commissioner Daley,
Here.
Commissioner Crosby,
Here.
Commissioner Weber,
Here.
Commissioner Ulrich,
Here.
Commissioner Torrance,
Here.
Commissioner Clausen,
Here.
Commissioner Showalter.
Here.
All right, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. May I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
Ulrich, move to approve.
Torrance, second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 4, approval of the minutes from the April 9th, 2026 meeting.
Weber approved.
Crosby, second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Weber, seconded by Commissioner Crosby. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Notice of the public hearings were mailed to property owners on April 24th, 2026 with affidavits on file. Said notices were also available via the town website, grandchutewi.gov, and town vestibule on April 24th, 2026 with affidavits on file. Agenda item number 5, public hearing number 1, special exception permit 03-2026, requested by Sweet Brunch LLC to allow outdoor alcohol service on property located at 1104 North Mutual Way. Action before us is to hear any testimony. Is there anyone here to speak on this matter? Anyone here to speak on this matter? What are the commission's wishes?
Move to close public hearing number 1.
Ulrich, second.
So a motion by Commissioner Torrance, seconded by Commissioner Ulrich to close public hearing number 1. Any discussion? All those in favor of closing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing number 1 is closed. Agenda item number 6, special exception permit 03-2026, requested by Sweet Brunch LLC to allow outdoor alcohol service on property located at 1104 North Mutual Way. Action before us is for approval or denial. Mr. Russell.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. So the applicant's proposing to operate a restaurant in the existing vacant building that will include outdoor alcohol service on the existing patio. The proposed use of the outdoor alcohol service does require a special exception permit in the CR Regional Commercial District. There are no proposed changes to the exterior of the building. The parking lot and site access will remain unchanged. The patio area is located on the north side, and there is an existing fence that will need to meet code requirements. As noted by Commissioner Torrance before this meeting, the current fence will need to be brought into compliance before the actual occupancy will be granted. As with all outdoor alcohol sales, the exterior access to the patio is prohibited. It'll be exit-only gates for emergency egress. Hours of operation on the patio are also restricted by ordinance. Food and beverage service has to end at 10:30, and then the consumption has to stop at 11 p.m. All findings of fact and granting of a special exception have been found. And if you have any questions, happy to answer them, but staff has reviewed and supports a Plan Commission recommendation for approval of SE 03-2026.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Any questions from the commissioners?
Do we know if they have an alcohol permit yet?
The clerk would know specifically. There's been a few different ones that have come through recently, like with either requests for patios or gone through special exception permit to get the right to use the patio for alcohol service. I think so. I think it's gone through licensing commission, but if not, they'd obviously have to go through that
Yeah,
process.
well, that's why, I mean, this would be mute if they can't even get an.
Yeah, if they didn't get a liquor license, this would be.
Right, because we only have reserve left,
Yep,
correct?
now that we're talking about it a little bit, they did get one. Yep, yep,
Okay, when was that approved? Do we know?
not long ago,
Okay.
yeah. I felt my phone ring. Kayla's probably listening to this and texting me right now. They do. That's what you said.
Okay, thank you. And again, I drove by that fence a couple times today, and it's wide open on both ends, and I question whether it's 42 inches tall.
Yeah, and obviously they would need this before it's worth putting
Yeah.
money into the infrastructure itself.
I mean, even I could jump over it with my bum legs. Thank you.
Any other questions from the commission? What are your wishes on SEO 3 2026?
Ulrich, move to approve.
Clausen, second.
So I have a motion and a second.
Do we need to add that contingency or not?
No, that has to be met by the ordinance or it won't get approved for
Okay.
the occupancy.
Just wanted to be sure.
Good question. I have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Agenda item number 7, public hearing number 2, special exception permit 04-2026 requested by True North Energy LLC and 813 Holdings LLC to create a 2-lot commercial planned unit development on property located at 120 through 230 South McCarthy Road. Action before us is to hear any testimonies. Anyone here to speak on this matter? Public hearing number 2? Right. Anyone here to speak on this
I
matter?
got it.
What are your wishes, Commission, on public hearing number 2?
Torrance, move to close public hearing number 2.
Crosby, second.
I have a motion and a second to close public hearing number 2. Any discussion? All those in favor of closing public hearing number 2 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 8, special exception permit requested by True North Energy LLC and 813 Holdings LLC to create a 2-lot commercial planned unit development on property located at 120 through 230 South McCarthy Road. Action before us is for approval or denial. Mr. Patsa.
Thank you, Chair. So this site likely looks familiar to commissioners. We recently went through the rezone process, and I mentioned during that process that this PUD was likely forthcoming, and here it is before us tonight. So again, the PUD designation is to allow for subdivision by CSM to create 2 separate parcels with that 0 lot line configuration. There are no modifications proposed to either the commercial retail strip building or the site itself. I did include some additional documentation in the packet, so that documentation does include a document that'll dissolve the existing commercial condo. The PUD document itself is included in the documentation, along with a party wall agreement which addresses the common wall to be shared by these 2 properties. Just wanted to note that this PUD document does allow for permanent easements for site access, parking, utilities, etc., that will be recorded at the Outagamie County Register of Deeds and stay with these 2 properties in perpetuity to provide those easements. I would also note that the approval is conditioned on a staff approval of the CSM, but with that, staff does recommend Plan Commission approval of SE 04-2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patsa. Any questions from the commission? So we have I need a motion with the one condition.
Torrance moves approval with conditions.
Ulrich, second.
I have a motion and a second with the one condition to approve. All those any discussion, excuse me. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Last item tonight, adjournment.
Crosby, move to adjourn.
So I have a motion by Commissioner Ulrich, seconded by Commissioner Crosby to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's Tuesday, May 5th at 6:30 PM. I'd like to call Grand Chute Sanitary Commission meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, sorry. Haling,
Here.
Daly,
Here.
Lear,
Here.
Gehring,
Here.
and English.
Here, I'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Can I get approval of the agenda and order of the day?
Gearing moves approval of the agenda and order of the day.
There, seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Is there any public input?
There's none.
Then can I get approval of the consent agenda?
Gearing moves the approval of the minutes from the April 21st, 2026 meeting.
There, seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Can I get approval of the financial reports, please?
Haley moves approval of financial reports from
Daily.
April 21st.
Daly seconds.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. New business, the 2026-01 North Blue Mound Drive Water Main Contract Award. Does somebody from Public Works want to talk about that?
So
Director Jolma?
this section of Blue Mountain is between College Avenue and Wisconsin Avenue. There are a few other roadways on either side of it that we're also replacing the water main. It's approximately 9,600 feet in water main total, from 6 to 12 inches. And as part of this project, when we did the design, part of it was to evaluate the existing sanitary sewer in the area, to televise it and see if we had any deficiencies in there, because we hadn't televised it in a while. We did get it televised late last year after budget time, so we found quite a few deficiencies that needed to be corrected, but we weren't able to get it into the capital improvement plan for this project due to the timing. But we did work on a way to get the sewer work funded without having to do anything additional by leveraging some money with transfers from a couple other projects that we had budgeted sanitary sewer funding for. Additionally, with this project, we're also going to be, outside of replacing the water main on Blue Mound, because that's going to do the whole northbound side of the roadway with that part of the replacement, we're going to mill and overlay the southbound part of the roadway so that the entire roadway surface gets done this year. So we did bring this out to bid last week. We got 3 bids back. The bids actually came in pretty good pricing. We were actually a fair amount under what we budgeted for the water portion of the project. And I think I covered just about everything, but if you have any other questions, I can certainly answer them.
Are there any questions? Is there a motion?
Haley moves approval of the awarding the bid to Vinton Construction for contract 2026-01 for North Blue Mound Drive in the amount of $3,994,004.44, along with the approving the 2 budget transfers, one from Public Works Storage Building and the one from the Grand Market Regional Stormwater Facility.
Is there a second?
Daly seconds.
Are there any questions, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 2, the 2026 culvert replacements. Director Jolma, you want to take that one?
So we have funding for our annual maintenance in our stormwater budget for culverts, bridges, and related infrastructure repair and maintenance. So through our routine maintenance that we do on culvert inspections, we identified 2 locations of culverts that require replacement. These 2 culverts, they've basically exceeded their life expectancy. They're rusted out on the bottom, the roadway's humped over it, and it's beginning to deteriorate. So we received a quote from the Outagamie County Highway Department to do the replacement for both projects. And it's well within the budget that we've allotted for this expenditure.
Is there a motion?
Gearing moves to approve the 2026 culvert replacement as proposed.
Lair seconds.
Any questions? Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 3, Wisconsin Avenue Sanitary Siphon Emergency Relay Work. Director Jolma.
All right, so this is just something that was discovered just a couple weeks ago when we were doing some routine cleaning. We had discovered that we have 2 sanitary sewer siphons that go under the stream crossing Mud Creek along Wisconsin Avenue. And we found that one of the siphons had completely collapsed and failed. Basically, when that happens, it's pretty hard to do any work to get that thing back operable. So with that being said, you do 2 siphons under stream crossing so that you have a redundancy in case one of them fails, your sewer is still gonna work. If the second one fails, then we have, a really big problem on our hands. So in an effort to get us set up to do some work next year, because we're gonna be doing water main work and a little bit of sewer work on Wisconsin Avenue further east next year. So we're looking to do a short-term emergency type work to do the start of a bypass of the sanitary sewer to set us up to install 2 new siphons next year. So basically what we're doing we'd be installing a manhole and stubbing out a pipe to get us out of the Wisconsin Avenue roadway, because these siphons basically begin in the roadway and then go under the creek. And we need to do this fairly quickly due to the Wisconsin Avenue work that's happening right now. So we're gonna have to coordinate with their contractor to get us in there, do the work before they basically don't let us get in there. So we reached out to 3 contractors. Due to the kind of the tight timeline that we're working under with the DOT, only one of them was able to propose to do the work for us and turn it around. And we're already working on obtaining the permit for this work. We felt that even though we got 1 quote, that it was actually a fairly reasonable quote. We were expecting a little bit more, so we feel pretty good about it. I think I pretty much covered it.
Thank you. What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval awarding the Wisconsin Avenue sanitary siphon emergency relay work to Immel Excavating in the amount of $39,650.
Gearing seconds.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Now we're up to adjournment.
So moved.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Now I will call the Grand Chute Town Board meeting to order, Tuesday, May 5th. Could I get approval of the agenda and order of the day?
Gearing moves approval of the agenda and order of the day.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Now I'd like to recognize National Public Works Week. This is a proclamation of the Town Board of Grand Chute, Outagamie County, Wisconsin, declaring May 17th through the 23rd, 2026 as National Public Works Week, rooted in service, powered by community. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the town of Grand Chute. And whereas these infrastructures, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children of the town of Grand Chute to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2026 marks the 66th annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Beth English, the Town Board Chair, do hereby designate the week of May 17th through the 23rd, 2026 as National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and advanced quality of life for all. Thank you all for your service. We appreciate you. And secondly, I'd like to recognize National Police Week for 2026. To recognize National Police Week 2026 and to honor the service and the sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Grand Chute Police Department. Whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, there are currently more than 24,500 law enforcement officers in the United States who have made the ultimate sacrifice and have been killed in the line of duty. Whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., whereas 363 new names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this spring, including 109 officers killed in 2025 and 254 officers killed in previous years. Whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty will be honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 38th Candlelight Vigil on the evening of May 13, 2026. Whereas the Candlelight Vigil is part of National Police Week, which will be observed this year, May 11th through the 16th. Whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags should be flown at half-staff. Therefore, be it resolved that the town of Grand Chute, Outagamie County, Wisconsin, observes May 11th through the 16th of 2026 as National Police Week and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation. And we thank you for your service. Is there any public input?
There's none.
Then can I get approval of the consent agenda?
Gearing moves approval of items 1, 2, 3, and 4 as listed in this evening's consent agenda.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Can I get approval of the financial reports, please?
Haley moves approval of financial reports for May, dated May 5th, 2026.
Daly seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. We're up to item G, new business. Number 1, Plan Commission recommends a special exception permit SE 032026 requested by Sweet Brunch LLC at 1104 North Mutual Way to allow outdoor alcohol service. Director Patsa?
Thank you, Chair. Plan Commission does recommend approval. I just wanted to note there was a fair amount of discussion at Plan Commission about the fence itself and the patio. We will ensure, and I'll make sure my building inspectors check the fence to ensure that it's compliant with our municipal code for outdoor alcohol service prior to issuance of any occupancy permit. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. What are the wishes of the board?
Gearing moves approval of SE 03-2026.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're up to special exception permit SE 042026, requested by True North Energy LLC and 813 Holdings LLC, 120 to 230 South McCarthy Road for creation of a 2-lot commercial planned unit development. Director Patsa?
Thank you, Chair. Plan Commission does recommend approval. I'd be happy to answer any questions if there are any. Thank you.
What are the wishes of the board?
Gearing moves approval of SE 04-2026.
Lair seconds.
Are there any further questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 2, consideration of offer to purchase from 4 Real Estate Holdings, LLC, for approximately 3.2 acres of town-owned land along West Evergreen Drive for a future commercial development. Director Patsa?
Thank you, Chair. So the subject property is directly west of the Culver site along Evergreen Drive. And the west side of the property will be bordered by our future extension of Clarity Lane, our Clarity Court, which is being installed this year. So as outlined in my staff report, it's approximately the most that we would be looking to sell would be 3.2 acres. It may be less, but the final price will be determined following configuration of the site plan and the corresponding amount of land needed. The purchase price staff feels is a fair offer at $418,176. That equates to about $3 per square foot, or about $130,000 an acre. There is not discussions with the developer, not expected to be any TIF incentive associated with this project, so just a straight sale development type of model. And they're looking to do a multi-tenant retail strip there and get some good users, hopefully, for the area, for the community. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. One additional note, Attorney Rossmeisel did review the offer to purchase, and we had some revisions back and forth, but nothing major. So with that, staff does support approval of the proposed offer to purchase.
Gearing moves approval.
Lair seconds.
Are there any further questions or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 3, trade-in of mower number 169 and purchase of a replacement mower from Spartan Turf Products in the amount of $6,760.80. You want to speak to that, Greg?
Sure. We are basically looking to replace mower unit number 169 with a smaller mower. We initially purchased a larger size mower with the thought that it would be able to cover more ground in our large open spaces. However, over time, we found that the larger mower is actually hindering our performance in some of these open spaces, with the terrain being different and difficult and a lot of obstacles in those spaces. So we reached out to Spartan Equipment and asked them for a trade-in value. They gave us a quote for $98,760 for a new one, and they offered to give us $92,000 for the old mower. That would give us a net cost of $6,760 to get the smaller unit in place. So we recommend that we move ahead with that purchase. It also fit on our trailers. The larger one doesn't even fit on our trailers, and they have to drive it to the park. So it would save us some time with that as well. So I'll take any questions.
What are the wishes of the board?
Ailing moves approval of the replacement mower purchase and trade-in from Spartan Turf Products in the amount of $6,760.80.
Daily seconds.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item 4, 2026-10 Carter Woods Park Playground Site Work Contract Award.
Thank you, Chair. Tonight we are presenting the site work portion of the Carter Woods Playground project. We did advertise for bids and received 3. Hutchinson Property Services provided the lowest bid and met the contract requirements. We did go through this at the April Park Commission, and Park Commission approved to move forward with the item. We are close to $35,000 under budget for the project. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
What are the wishes of the board?
Gearing moves approval.
Lair seconds.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 5, Consideration of 3 personnel from the additional revenues collected from the ambulance revenues. Chief Denzine?
Thank you, Madam Chair. When we initially started the ambulance service, we decided to hire conservatively 6 members to staff an ambulance, and then we were going to cross-staff the second ambulance, which would be up at Station 1. Part of the understanding was that we would wait to see the revenues that were generated to ensure that we had enough monies that were being brought in to support the additional staff and the services. In 2025, after a complete year of billing and processes that went through, we showed an additional income of approximately a little over $369,000. We're asking, we brought up last year during budget time to add an additional 3 personnel at the July mark, and we were instructed to wait, which I think was a great idea because we wanted to see the full numbers. I did throw in the amount that it would take to hire 3 people for an additional year, which was approximately $342,648. We're asking currently for half of that at the $171,324 to hire these people in July and then have them continue on through the rest of the year and then obviously stay on from there. This would help complement our service. Currently, the way that we staff the ambulance in Station 1 is we take 2 people off of the ladder truck where 3 people are, leaving 1 person in reserve that can either take the second ambulance by themselves or they sit in the station and wait. This would actually equip another person on the ladder truck so the actual truck could respond instead of just sitting in the station. So it's definitely a positive move. We have the surplus in money. Even at the additional $171,000 for the remainder of this year, it would leave an additional $190,000+ in revenues that were generated that were unspoken for. Any questions?
What are the wishes of the board?
Ailing moves approval hiring the 3 full-time firefighter paramedics.
Daley seconds.
Are there any further questions, any further discussion? What do the pool of candidates look like? Are there?
Currently, we had, I think tomorrow we're actually interviewing, 16 for part-time. We haven't put out for the hiring for the full-time yet, but many of the part-time candidates are highly qualified for full-time slots. So we're fairly confident they'll be filled relatively quickly.
Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 6, review and evaluation of the Town of Grand Chutes insurance program for June 1st, 2026 through June 1st, 2027 with, Community Insurance Corporation in the estimated amount of $760,884.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As stated in my staff report, we are not looking for action tonight on the insurance renewal. Instead, we wanted to present the program summary to you as well as the proposed deductible change for property insurance. We also have our broker, Tony from Ansay and Associates, on virtually tonight to provide additional details on the renewal, what the market looks like, and answer any questions the board may have. We plan to bring the program back for approval at the next meeting as presented tonight, unless the Fox City Sports Development, who runs the Champion Center, finds a more competitive option for property insurance, in which case we will adjust our recommendation and fiscal impact accordingly. With that, I will kick it over to Tony. Hopefully.
We can't hear you, but there you go.
He's still
We can't hear you, Tony, so we're trying to figure that out. Do you want to try now? Nope.
No.
I
There,
should
now we
have it
got
all
you.
set up.
Now we
You
can
got it
hear
good?
you.
Okay, because, yeah, I double checked mine and it was right on my end. So sorry about that, but
No, thank
here
you.
now. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I read your, Kayla put together a really nice, a lot of the high points that I'd be making today. really want to open it up to any questions. This will be our third year partnering with the town of Grand Chute. And I think every year we've gotten a little stronger in our partnership. And I look forward to that with this new transition in leadership in a lot of different phases over there. And I'm excited. You had a great team before and you're just building on that. And I look forward to working with them. Any way we can from a service standpoint, from a training standpoint, answering questions again. I apologize, I can't see anything on my screen here for you guys, so I don't know who I'm looking at. Oh, hi, everybody in the crowd. Thank you. Yeah, you just have a great team. You ask questions, and we are. I've said this in the past. I'm an advisor. I'm not just a broker. So you hire us as your risk manager, and throughout the year, your team has leaned on us proactively for contract reviews, just hiring questions, MVR. We're here to answer proactively as you guys take on these new challenges and whatnot, how that might impact on insurance and how we can mitigate as best we can. So it's been a great partnership, and I look forward to strengthening it as the year goes on. Thank you for that opportunity to be on your team.
I have one quick question, Tony.
Yeah, as many as you want, I'm here.
Okay, should the Champion Center determine to go on their own and find a different insurance company, would that affect our premiums?
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that Kayla and I have been working on. We have broken it out roughly. That building is valued at over $34 million, I believe it is, and it comes to about 50,000 in premium, which we'd get an exact number for you as we carve that out. But we'd have that all set. That'd be perfect. One question I have is as we've worked through this is you can't, unless it's contractually obligated. I know they're obligated to pay it, but I'd be curious. I just want to make sure that I can't take an insurance policy out on your house, Madam Chairman, and hope that it burns down and I get paid on it. So, you guys own the Champion Center, and that's why you guys have always carried the insurance on it. So we got to make sure that they're able to take out an insurance policy on a property they don't own. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
I can comment, Madam Chair. They are not. So the town would have to take out this separate policy if the Champion Center found such a policy that was substantially less for the same coverage, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been working with your team, and again, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to protect the town of Grand Chute. So, wow, I just got a picture scene of that. My head looks really big in that room right now. Sorry for you in the crowd. Yeah, I just want to dot my I's, cross my T's, and make sure that the coverage is there, because at the end of the day, if there is anything that falls short of the really great plan that we have in place through Community Insurance Corporation, obviously the town of Grand Chute and the Champion Center would be on the hook for anything falling short of the broad coverage that you currently have through this program and some of the benefits that come with being part of this program. The property market right now, the insurance market in general is starting to come back to earth. Property is still one of the harder markets out there. And you're seeing just differences in how companies are competing and protecting themselves. And one thing you're seeing a lot is separate wind hail deductibles because of the rising, the amount of those losses over the years piling up. Right now, the town of Grand Chute and this program does not have a separate wind hail deductible. And I'd want to make sure that little things like that are taken into consideration when evaluating another program for the Champion Center.
Thank you. Are there any further questions for Tony? What are the wishes of the board? Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're not going to vote on this. We're going to cover this as, okay. Anything further? Well, thank you.
Madam Chairman, I'll say that
Go ahead.
Madam Chairman, I just want to really quick say I also am a public servant and I serve on the Ozaki County Board here, and you run a very efficient meeting. This has been impressive to sit in. So, very nice.
We'll take any compliment we can get. Thanks, Tony.
All right. If you guys need anything else, Kayla's got all my contact information. Feel free to reach out at any time throughout the year. I work for you guys 365, not just at renewal time. It's been a great relationship for to continue to grow it.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, we're up to item 7. If there's no further discussion on that last topic. Item 7 is acceptance of the grant for $4,300 from Capital Credit Union's Elevate Communities Grant for purchase of cartridge filters that fit our SCBA face pieces, which will filter toxic gas, vapors, and particulates during operations. Chief Denzine.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You said it rather eloquently. So in early March, I believe we applied for this grant. Late Wednesday, actually, of last week, we found out that we were awarded it. We were pretty excited about it. We wanted to bring it to the board's attention. It's definitely going to be a piece of equipment that's going to help us in our overhaul operations and to help keep our people safe. It's pretty fantastic, and we're very fortunate to have gotten this grant.
Any questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Motion to approve the acceptance of the grant from Capital Credit Union, the amount of $4,300, I believe it says, and approve the corresponding budget adjustments.
Daily seconds.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. We're up to item H, number 1. These are ordinances O052026, amending section 415-13 of the Town of Grand Chute Municipal Code to include impounding of vehicles used in reckless driving offenses. Mr. Dickenstein, can you please refer to that?
So in October of last year, Wisconsin legislature enacted, it was Act 46, to start trying to get a deterrent for some of the reckless driving behavior that's been going on through communities. That by ordinance would allow us to, once a vehicle or person cited for reckless driving, impounding that vehicle as a deterrent for that behavior. City of Appleton enacted theirs, I believe, in February. We're looking to do the same due to the behaviors we're seeing in our community with the parking lot takeovers, the racing, stuff like that, to add a deterrent for our officers so that this behavior stops.
Any further questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Gearing moves approval of ordinance 05-2026.
There seconds.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next ordinance is O062026, amending chapter 468-1, driveways and culverts. Assuming, Greg, you want to speak to that?
Thank you. Yeah, with this ordinance, the driveway and culvert ordinance, we are basically looking to give some more flexibility to homeowners and businesses that are constructing new driveways or modifying existing driveways. Over the past few years, as I've been going through the process of approving driveways for commercial properties and residential properties, I've met with these folks, and they've kind of informed me that they felt that that ordinance with requirements were a little too restrictive. So staff kind of took a look at it. We looked at other ordinances to see what other local ordinances, to see what their with requirements are. And we found ours indeed were a little bit too restrictive in comparison to others. So we recommended some modest increases to those driveway widths and hope to make things a little bit more flexible for people building new properties or people replacing their driveways or expanding them. So we also did clear up some of the language in 468-1 for driveways and culverts, just to make things a little bit more clear for the various sections. So with that, I'll take any questions that you might have.
Any questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval of ordinance 06-2026.
Daley seconds.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. The next ordinance is 007-2026, amending Chapter 523-19, installation of meters. Director Joma?
Thank you. Yeah, for this one, since we switched over to the Camstrup metering software and started the replacement process, we've found a couple different things. First thing we found is that a lot of meters, normally in like commercial properties or large multifamily properties, we've found meters to be installed in locations that have high temperatures, generally above 95 degrees. That can degrade the meter and cause it to fail quicker than its normal life expectancy. So with this update, we want to make sure that future installations meters are installed in locations where they don't exceed that temperature, that maximum 95-degree temperature. We also want to make sure that if they are installed in locations where it's too warm, that the property owner is responsible for replacing that meter, not the, or at least the cost of replacing that meter, and not the town. The other thing we found is that when we're doing meter changeouts, there's valves before and after each meter. So when you go to change the meter, you close each valve to pull the meter out and then put the new one in place. Well, those valves we found in a lot of times, and I've known this through working in other municipalities, if you don't exercise them a lot, they become rusted and corroded and can very easily break. And a lot of property owners don't know this. To continuously exercise those to make sure that they're functioning properly. And what we found is we go to the location and we try to make people, we've tried to inform people through our letters that, hey, give them a turn beforehand, but it still sometimes gets missed. So we've gone to properties where we've opened the valves or closed the valves and the valves just broke apart. So we wanted to add some language to the ordinance that covers us in those instances and doesn't make us liable for the costs associated with repairing those valves, and that would be on the homeowner to take care of. So those are the things that ordinance revisions clarify and update, and I'll take any questions that you might have.
Thank you. What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval of ordinance 07-2026.
Daley seconds.
Are there any further questions, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Next, we're up to adjournment.
So moved.
There seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you so much.